Welcome back to round number 8 of the Sauber career mode on F1 2015. Do you remember this one? It's been a while, I know. I took a third season break to drive the Caterham, hated every second of it. Now we're back in a car that's marginally better. This was actually recorded before the entire Caterham career, and I'm pretty sure in my commentary for the Caterham video I did actually spoil that this race went quite well. I was clearly expecting to get this video out before the Caterham video, but here we are. All I remember from this career mode is I currently have 1 point, which I got in Spain. And so let's go. Fuck's sake. So let's go straight to qualifying. It's going to be difficult for me to remember what's happening, so this will actually be a genuine reaction to whatever I achieve in this race. You fucking incompetent. Oh, okay, that's that's it for qualifying. I mean, I saw it was raining. I'm going to assume the rain came late into qualifying and I just messed it up. Much like in real life, we have a Williams on pole and a lot of people qualifying on the prime tyres for some reason. We end up qualifying in 14th place with my teammate finally getting off the back row of the grid. But he does have a 5-place grid penalty, so he will be straight back down there. He is not getting off that back row.
Jensen will be bitterly disappointed by that result. He's out of qualifying. Top 10 shootout.
I forgot I was doing full qualifying. I completely oh god, I'm so out of it with this career mode. Right, okay. Shall I redo that? Nah. So in Q1 we got 14th. We're through to Q2, and apparently nothing interesting happened in Q2 because I go straight to the qualifying results, and we qualify in P13. Bottas is not on pole position. If this is what I'm like in qualifying, God help me for the race. Okay, heavy rain conditions. P12. Hang on a minute. Oh, Ricciardo and Magnussen had 5-place grid penalties. Phenomenal. Heavy rain conditions, P12 on the grid, right behind my favourite car in the game. Lights out and away we go. You know what? That start, it's not great. It could have been a lot worse. We're going to go down to P13, then go back up the inside of Button and John-Eric Vergne. This was back when I wasn't scared of the Toro Rossos, as we dived the inside of them into P11 out of turn number 1. I was definitely sceptical of especially Kvyat, but before the Caterham career mode, I definitely wasn't scared of these Toro Rossos. Going into turn number 3, we almost go into the back of Nico Hülkenberg under brakes, but in doing so, we actually get right into the back of him, get better traction in him out of the corner, but down the straight. We've got a Ferrari engine now, but it's still not going to be enough. We're going to have to dive the inside of Hülkenberg into turn number 4, into the points we go. Next up is Sergio Perez, another Mercedes engine to deal with. Now, as I said, this was recorded before the Caterham career mode, and you can tell because my determination isn't broken yet. I'm actually willing to go for it. Potentially, maybe a little too much, because coming into the final corners of lap number 2, we've fallen behind Perez, and just because of the wet conditions, I was struggling quite a bit through the final couple of corners. As you can tell, Hülkenberg's going to be right in the back of me and probably pass me down towards turn number 1. We're going to drop out the points, and unless we can stay up Hülkenberg, points are going to be a challenge this race, I think. Saying that, we're going to take advantage of the terrible AI, go clean around the outside, and hold on to P10. If we can do this all race, fantastic. It's going to be a challenge though. But ironically, despite me being terrible in the rain, I think it's going to help me this race. It's not going to do a lot, but hopefully it will limit the car performance of the cars behind me. Just a little bit, enough for me to fight them. Jumping to lap number 5, we're still holding on to P10. We've got Hülkenberg behind. We've now got Hülkenberg in front, but coming into turn number 3, we're going to be late on the brakes, and once again, go around the outside. I'm pretty sure I was pretty strong compared to the AI out of this traction zone. As you can see, the AI, in the wet at least, just couldn't do anything under traction. And I think in general around this track, traction was the most important thing. All I had to do was hope the FIA didn't, engage DRS in the pouring rain. It's not a fear I had at the time of recording this. Having completed the catering career mode though, I genuinely can't remember. It's actually quite likely they're going to fuck me like that. By lap number 7, we're still holding on to P10. P9 is absolutely gone. Look at the train behind me. That is horrific. Hi, Aaron. Everyone say hi to Aaron. Clearly Aaron's message put me off slightly because into the penultimate corner we're side by side with Hulkenberg. And he's somehow managed it. We're going to try and go around the outside at the final corner. And once again, the AI just... they don't feel like going side by side in traction zones. I'm pretty sure this was the story of the entire first stint I had. It was just Hulkenberg diving up my inside and me just kind of driving around the outside of him.
Heavy rain to stay a while. Doesn't look like it's moving anytime soon.
So it's sounding like it's going to be a heavy rain race for the entirety of the race. Given the position we're in now, if it stays this way, we're going to get a point. Barring, of course, the mandatory, bottle. I'm excited because I genuinely can't remember where it is. It's going to take me by surprise. By lap number 12, this arguably boring stint is continuing. We're still P10. Hulkenberg is still behind us. And he's going to go right into the back of me apparently. And, clearly sitting behind me for 12 laps has pissed him off slightly. So we're going to dive the inside into turn number 3. Just force him off track, why not? Get him under traction, back on the P10 we go. That is a bit terrifying that the AI is starting to hit me. At this stage, of course, they haven't built an alliance against me because I haven't driven the Caterham. But still, we saw it in Bahrain, in the Sauber. The AI, they're not against just taking you out for the sake of it. The battle continues on lap number 12. I'm pretty sure through this traction zone especially, I wasn't the strongest and Hulkenberg was going to get me inside. At the penultimate corner once again, we're going to outbrake ourselves and this time there's not a lot we can do. Hulkenberg's got past us when I was side by side with Button and we've been sidepod glitched. There's the race bottle. You knew it was coming. God fucking damn it, I hate myself. We're going to drop down to P19 just as we're coming into the pit window. I'm guessing that's for a 2-stop. That's a bit early for a 1-stop. Maybe if some cars are doing a 2-stop we can pull this back. If they're doing a 1-stop, it's going to be a rough one. Now up to the spin, my tyres weren't feeling that bad, but I think the sidepod glitch just messed my head a bit, and with the tyre graphic coming up, I just started to lose confidence and actually realise these tyres weren't great. Okay, so lap number 16, we're on the back of Sutil and myself. Light rain is going to be coming in 15 minutes, which means, as always, I think we've done it basically every single race. We're going to stretch these tyres out for the intermediates, go for the 1-stop, and hopefully we can gain back some of those positions we lost. For some reason, on lap number 18, I'm still behind Sutil and that thing. I don't really know why I'm staying behind them. They're going to be coming into the pit at the end of this lap and making a mess out of the penultimate corner. Sutil is really getting in my way. If he could get out of my way, that'd be perfect. I might be able to get him on the exit at the final corner. He's weaving all over the place. And no, with these worn tyres, we can't get the traction. Unfortunately, Kvyat can. This is shaping up to just be a mess for me. I'm stuck behind Sutil and now I'm having to deal with a Toro Rosso in the wet on worn tyres. I'm really starting to get deja vu here. A lap later, Kvyat is trying to go on my inside at the penultimate corner again. Sutil finally comes into the pit and actually blocks the Toro Rosso for me, allowing me to get past him and fend off Kvyat for a second time. However, with the loss of slipstream, it may not be for much longer. We are going to gain some positions thanks to the pit stops. We're going to go back up into P12 briefly. It would have been P11, but Kvyat goes upper inside of turn number 1. We managed to hold him off once again. Still, despite having fresh tyres, the AI just weren't great in traction zones, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. By lap number 22, by the looks of it, I'm hoping I'm going to be coming to the pit at the end of this lap because my tyres are absolutely shot. Yes, I am. We're going to be putting on the intermediate tyres for our one and only stop. We currently sit P10. I'm hoping the cars behind haven't pit for the inters yet, because if they haven't, I've managed to counteract the damage the spin did at the final corner, and we should be in a net position fighting for points. So we're planning to go to the end on these intermediate tyres. We're going to get out in P12, I believe. Jesus Christ, that was close. We did get out behind Kvyat. It took a few laps to catch him, but at the end of lap number 28, he's going to come into the pit for another stop. I'm not sure what tyres he's on at the moment. He must be on the intermediate tyres and going for 2 sets. If I remember correctly, a lot of the AI didn't feel like stretching out the wet tyres at all and went for 3, maybe 4 stops this race, which obviously was a massive benefit to us because at the end of lap number 29, we're back up in the P10, and with no sign of Hulkenberg, potentially a very quiet and uneventful end to the race. At the end of lap number 32, we've got Hamilton lapping us. I've got absolutely no desire to get involved in that. We're going to ease off the throttle, let him straight through. Hopefully he can just drive away, leave me alone. I want nothing to do with him. As I said earlier, the AI had no desire to stretch the tyres, so at the end of lap number 33, 34 for them, Hamilton comes into the pit, so we're going to finish on the lead lap if we keep it all together. I've no idea why they pit with 2 laps to go, but if it benefits me, I don't care as long as they stay away from me. And following that, despite outpacing me, Perez is going to come into the pit as we come on to lap number 35. So with 2 laps to go and a significant gap to the car behind, we're on for our best finish of the season in P9. And that's exactly what happened. Despite having dead tyres, Perez was pushing on the final couple laps, but with so much left to do, he just wasn't able to catch me. He admittedly got close, but given how the AI had been acting, I wasn't really threatened at all. I knew just driving around the outside of them and getting them under traction was pretty easy. Perez are going to be right behind me as I come through the final corner, but it's not going to matter. Our best finish of the season, P9. Somehow it's come in Austria, in the wet. We've tripled our points tally in one race. And to be honest, I can't take too much credit. It's purely down to AI's strategies. Like, every single one of them was just ridiculous. Look at this. Look at that. We get our best finish of the season in P9, and honestly, it was a pretty boring race. We didn't really do anything spectacular. We just kind of drove our own race and let the AI make the positions for us. I don't think I even overtook anyone that I wasn't defending against. So for only the second time this year, I actually want to look at these standings. Hamilton still leads the way, 126 points. He's amassed. Rosberg in second on 119. Sebastian Vettel in third. Raikkonen fourth. Bottas fifth. Ricciardo sixth. Massa seventh. Alonso eighth. And once again, well, I say once again, for only the second time this season, we move up the order. P16, 3 points. It sounds pathetic, and that's because it is. But in this car, a pretty good day. Next time I'll be going to Silverstone, which I'm genuinely excited for, given the success I saw in the Caterham. If I can do what I did in the Caterham, I could potentially win the race in the Sauber. Uploads will be becoming more consistent now that I don't have to focus on a 2-hour movie that I hated every second of. To those of you asking me to drive the Manor next season when I go to 2015, why? What? Why do you hate me? All I want to do is get to F1 2016. I don't want to do another season in 2015, but I kind of have to. I just want to get to 2016, it's more fun. And there's no shit cars that you can make me drive. I'm never going to win a race.